Hello guys, welcome to Blue Coral. Please subscribe our channel for more videos and click bell symbol for instant notification. Today we are going to talk about Environment Impact Assessment Act. Our Indian government recently released the draft of EIA 2020. After that, the topic became debatable in social media and even in mainstream media as well. Let's see what is EIA, why the people are opposing it. Overview on history of EIA, the process followed in the assessment, and what people are actually expecting from the government. So, what is EIA? EIA is the act which controls and regulates the construction of any projects. That means industries, factories, roads, mining activities, even modernization of any old projects. Exactly what it does, the act analyzes the environmental consequences. That means positives and negatives impacts on that environment where the project is being developed. So on the whole, the act prevents any industrial or development projects being approved without implementing the proper safety measures. Next, we'll see the history of EIA. There was no proper law in India to protect the environment till 1972. After the Indian government agreed to Stockholm Declaration in 1972, India enacted the acts for protecting the environment. The Wildlife Protection Act was enacted in 1972 for the conservation of animals and plants, and also India passed the Water Pollution Act in 1974 and an Air Pollution Act in 1981 for controlling the water and air pollution. The Bhopal has tragedy happened on December 2nd and 3rd, 1984 at Union Carbide India Limited UCIL, which is basically a pesticide plant in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. This disaster killed around 4,000 people. This unfortunate disaster made India to pass the proper Environment Act in 1986. This Environment Act comprised of other two acts for controlling the water and air pollution. The Environment Act 1986 did the proper legal structure in 1994 only to analyze and regulate the industries and its maintenance. The Act stated every development project and activity must go through the environmental assessment and get the environment clearance certificate before starting of the project. The Environment Protection Act 1986 was centralized act till 2006. The Ministry of Environment and Forest MOEF was the regulatory authority for this act, and it controls the industries and development projects in any part of the India. In 2006, India revised the Environment Protection Act 1986, which is known as the EIA Amendment 2006. It decentralized the process of environmental assessment into Category A and Category B based on the size and potential impacts on human and environment of the development projects. EIA 2006 amendment notified Category A projects to be assessed by the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Category B projects assessed by a state level Environment Impact Assessment Authority, which means SEIAA. As per the EIA 2000 amendment, a state level Environment Impact Assessment Authority shall be constituted by the central government. A state level Environment Impact Assessment Authority comprised of 3 members team. There will be a 1 chairman and 2 members. All are nominated by the state government. Next, we'll see the process followed in EIA. You can see the process which is listed here step by step. The first process is screening. Screening is nothing but the showing the complete project plan, which means investment, location, type of development, those all the stuff. The second process is scoping. It means define the impacts to be addressed and how to reduce them in that particular location when we develop the project. Third process is baseline study. Baseline study is nothing but collection of environment current status of that particular location where the project is developed. Then the next process is impact prediction. It is predicting the changes in the environment post development of the project. The next step is impact assessment. Analyze the predicted impacts in that location. Next step is mitigation. It is nothing but analyze how to reduce the impacts which was predicted. The next step is EIA report. Next step is to prepare the EIA report based on the data collected and predicted. The next step is public hearing. This is a very important one in the EIA process. In this process, the project coordinator explain the EIA report to the public and get the public opinion from them. The next and foremost and important step is decision making. Here where the complete decision whether project needs to be implemented or not to be taken by the concerned authorities. Then last step is the follow-up. Follow-up is nothing but following up the maintenance of that particular developed project and also check the air and water pollution in that surrounding. And also one important thing is the project has to submit their environmental report every 6 months to the concerned authority. Okay. Next we'll move on Environment Impact Assessment Notification 2020 which was released recently. Okay, the EIA 2020 draft released on March 11, 2020, but the EIA 2020 draft was actually published in the Gazette in April 11, 2020. The changes made in the draft become problematic and debatable in India. Environmental activists, politics critics and many political parties oppose the draft and they say it weakens and dilutes the whole purpose of the Environment Impact Assessment Act. They also demand EIA 2006 need to be strengthened instead of weakening it. The EIA Notification 2020 draft was about to expire on June 11, 60 days from the published date, but the expiration date was June 13 in the notification. A bench of Chief Justice D.N. Patel and Justice Pratik Jalan questioned the center on ambiguity on expiry date and the publication of the notification only in 2 languages, that is English and Hindi. Additional Solicitor General ASG Mahinder Acharya, who appeared for the central government in the Delhi High Court, said by considering the pandemic it was decided to extend till June 30. He also said that the publishing in all the languages is beyond the practice. Finally, Delhi High Court extended the expiration date for public opinion till 11th August 2020. The next is reasons for opposing the EIA notification 2020. Why people are opposing it? You can see the many in social media and mainstream media, they're discussing about this. The following are the drawbacks of EIA notification 2020 draft. The main purpose of each environment impact assessment is to protect the environment. But ecological activists accuse the environment impact assessment draft of 2020 of prioritizing the investment and business growth. The new draft notifies the projects do not require the environment clearance before starting and they need only when legitimate the projects from the concerned authorities. This provision leads to start any development or industrial projects without assessing the environmental impacts. Similarly, the new projects do not require the public opinion to start. The ecological activists fear that the barren agricultural lands can be considered as a dry grassland and will openly opt out the concerned landlord approvals. The projects like widening the national highway, modernization of irrigation projects, construction of industries, mining projects and more are excluded from the public hearing. This is why the people are mostly opposing this act. And also it replaces the compulsory requirement of submitting the company projects activities from every 6 months to yearly once. These long period opportunities enough to cover up the environmental impacts of the project. Consider if there is any violation of the safety measures, the government cannot control it. That's the main problem here. Also, EIA 2020 draft states that swamps can be destroyed by sand blasting for industrialization without environmental implication assessment. If this happens, then the water scarcity arises because the swamps are the main source of the groundwater. The notable change in the new draft is the projects running in the ecological safety measures violations can reapply for the legislation. For example, if we take the Tuticorin Sterlite can be reopened by this new draft. As you guys know, the Sterlite, there was a huge rally happened and 13 were killed by the government official. The people were opposing the Sterlite. There were many affected due to cancers. Now these kind of industries can be reopened. And also the draft reduces the public consultation duration from 30 to 20 days. Another significant and unacceptable change in the new draft is that only concerned government authorities and project advocates can report the violation of the act. And also the relaxation given to the compulsory environment assessment record for the buildings of 20,000 square meter to 1,50,000 square meter. It is a favorable change for the real estate mafia and industrialist. And finally, what actually people want and the environmental activities want is they are not against the industrialization, construction of roads, mining activities or any development projects. We are already almost polluted most of the water bodies, air, soil and the whole ecological system. We are not getting the pure air to breathe, good water to drink. These are the basic things that all living beings need. What we need is to protect our environment as much as possible. To achieve that, we should avoid cutting the trees, destroying the agricultural lands, swamps, lakes, forests and mountains as much as possible. Instead of diluting the EIA, we need to strengthen it. Withdraw EIA 2020, save the environment. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys.